Too loud, loud enough?
Loud enough.
Okay. Thank you, I felt some good energy. Thank you for that, I needed it.
We love you.
And I'm not going to turn off my cell phone, because it's my notes. It's my teleprompter. So last night after the reception, I was thinking about what I might say today. And I had a couple of drinks, so I was feeling quite confident, actually. And I said, you know what? Even though I haven't had quite time to reflect on this, I'll worry about it in the morning. I thought, well, I can wake up in the morning, have a couple of mimosas, and fall into it.
Did that work?
It didn't happen. So I went to bed, and then as sometimes happens with me, I found myself wide awake at 3 a.m. And so I said, well, I guess I'm wide awake at 3 a.m. I might as well get ready for today. And so I used that quiet time to reflect on the last several months that have led to today. I thought about how honored I feel to be the host. I thought about how grateful I am to my boss, who has supported our vision in all its different versions. I thought about how grateful I am to the WOSonOS community, to all of you who have traveled so far, and for the fact that you're supporting the presence of so many young people here today. I was telling Alan last night that I love to hear stories. It's one of my favorite things to do. I like movies, I like books, I like talking to people. I like hearing stories. I think everybody likes hearing stories. And so I'm going to have a go at telling stories. And mine is a story about turkeys. It's about turkeys and it's about a young man. The young man is named James, and James wants to move to Montana. He wants to live closer to the land, closer to his nature. And so James says to himself, if I'm going to live closer to the land, I gotta learn how to hunt. And so like any young millennial who wants to learn how to hunt, he went onto YouTube and watched the videos. And so he watched a few videos and he felt, you know what, I think I got this, I know what I'm doing. And he went about, acquiring all the gear that he needed. And one day, he's out in the woods wandering. He's really not having much success, actually. But it's nice to be out in that space, enjoying bees and butterflies and the sun. And so he does this for a couple of weeks, a couple of weekends. And, he sees some turkeys, he's got his turkey caller, and he's able to eventually find some, which is a step in the right direction. But he can't hit him to save his life. And so he leaves the reserve one day, a little bit dejected, and there's a little pub on the side of the road that he stops at. Walks up to the bar, orders a beer, sits down, the old man next to him says, how's it going? What's up? So James tells the old man a story about how he's trying to learn how to hunt, because he wants to move to Montana, live closer to the land. And how he's not having much success with that. And the old man says to him, well, I'm going to go out tomorrow morning. I've been doing this for 20, 30 years. Why don't you join me? So they go out in the morning, and sure enough, they come back with her. And so I replayed that story in my head. And that was a story I actually heard last night. And of course, that was my version of the story. And the truth is somewhere beneath all the lies I was told you. But then I started thinking about our theme. The world is waiting. Are we ready? And I thought about, what typically happens at a WOSonOS conference. All you practitioners practitioners of this process come together. You dig into each other's experiences, you explore, you learn from each other. And I kept coming back to our theme. The world is waiting, are we ready? And I just saw that theme in its mirror image. I felt it in its mirror image. We are ready. The millennials are ready. And the world is ready. So I invite today to be both about you all practitioners from around the world to do this, if you know it, to engage the young people who are here. Many of whom who attended the training the last 3 days, some of whom didn't. Engage us, teach us, and we'll show you the way. And so, I guess that's all I have to say. Without further ado, one of my